raised, correct?
Yes.
The admission was raised to what, $10?
$10.
Yeah, because of
Because we're big rock stars, you know.
Yeah.
Fat
We
Al
need to
needs
get
to buy
paid.
more freaking Slim Jims.
Snap into it.
We're not getting paid. I'm doing it for fun.
Really?
Yes.
Mike's all
You don't
about,
go into an
Mike's
original
all
band
about
to make
fun.
money. You go into an original band to spend money.
Yeah, really.
It's like
Since
when
Mike has been
we
in
played
about 32 of them already.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a reason
At
I'm
one
poor.
time.
when we played Hogs and Heifers, and you came up to me and were like, "Dude, we got $250." I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Are you serious?
Welcome to my kitchen. Let me show you around. We got a nice ceiling fan in our kitchen. Circulates the air and everything. It's actually got two really great settings, on and off. All right, we're going to visit my garden. This is the centerpiece right here. You know, this one and these right here that you're by, right here, were imported from Staten Island. So you want to see my rides?
Yeah.
It's a comfortable ride and everything, and you know, I do quite enjoy it. And I do. Keep the camera still, okay? We don't need this crap. Still.
Stand up! Come and get what you got coming.
When you get into a band, it's all about the music, it's all about the fun. It's just about, you know, you're hanging out, you're meeting girls, and you're playing music, and you know, you're getting together with your friends and doing shows and all that shit. When you start getting even a small measure of success, it really does turn into a business. Now it's like, well, what's the next move? You know, how do we get it to the next level? And, you know, okay, well, we got to do this, and, you know, you got to go shop it around at record companies, and you got to go and fucking stand in this Manhattan for 10 hours handing out flyers, hey, what, you know, all that shit.
It sucks. I mean, like having to like spend your entire like Saturday or Friday night maybe putting up flyers and promoting and hanging out with people you really don't want to hang out with, but you just want to get the word out, you know. But you have to give up your time. You have to give up your free time. You have to be willing to leave home and travel. And I mean, you hear all these bands who make it. They set their own tours up. They go across country. They, you know, living out of a van for a year. You know, they do all kinds of crazy things. I mean, just to get people to hear them play.
It's not a fairy tale story that a band can go from being an opening band in a club like Castle Heights playing 10 people to being a headliner or being on the Ozfest. I've seen it happen, and it can happen. You know, it happens few and far between, but it can happen. Just, you got to be dedicated. And like I said, there's a lot of bands who I came and envisioned, you know, sleeping in a van as a concept. Try sleeping on the floor, sleeping outside. These are all things that you have to do to get successful.
The point is that we were, not to say that we were trendsetters, because that was far from the truth, okay? But at least we were doing something that everybody else wasn't. And they wouldn't give us a fucking shot because we didn't sound like everybody else. Because we didn't fit into what metal sounded like. So you know what? You're starving, you always hear we need something new, we need something new, we need a new band that sounds different. We offered you something a little different. We offered you a band who had a singer where you could actually understand what the fuck he was saying. And back in the mid-90s, you couldn't understand a goddamn word of fucking metal. All it was, blah, 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 that's all it was. They shot, what did they do, Jack? They fucking shit all over us. Because we actually have a guy who can sing. And now every fucking band has a guy who can fucking sing.
You know, these guys were doing this for about almost a good, 9-10 years. And you know, again, in metal, you got so many styles of music, you got so much bands out there, it's so hard to be quote-unquote original. And unfortunately for them, as great as I said they are, and as great as I know everyone else would think they are, they unfortunately came out at a bad time.
It was a really weird time for music, because metal was kind of like the bastard child of music at that point, man. Grunge was still popular and shit and everything, so it was kind of like if you said you were into metal, people kind of didn't greet that with enthusiasm.
When Sudden Fear and Mortal Remains were popular, and this is factual, grunge was pretty much, grunge and punk, you had Green Day ruling one roost and you had Alice in Chains ruling the other. That's what was big during their heyday. Metal was not big anymore. In the mid-90s, metal took a plunge. It was, like I said, you sounded like Green Day, L7, Candlebox, Alice in Chains. Moral Man and Sudden Fear didn't sound like that. They were playing metal, heavy, aggressive music, but it wasn't the popular thing then.
These people that I met in the industry at the time, they were like college kids who were business majors. They didn't give a fuck about music. All they cared was about, oh, Nirvana's out. Now we gotta go out and sign 50 other bands that sound like Nirvana. Because that's what's selling. You know, it wasn't about music anymore. There's fucking, I've played with a lot of bands that are fucking amazing. Amazing. That would never even get the chance to become a band in the industry because they don't sound like what's happening. And that, to me, is foul.
Now it's all about, you know, whatever canned garbage they can smack together and force down people's throats and tell you, yes, you love this, you love it, yes, it's for you. You know, this is you, this is your culture. Yes, it's right here for you. And you love it. The politics of greed, spoon-fed to hungry mouths, lapping up counterfeit ideals. That's the entertainment industry. Welcome to America.
Yay.